You fought in the Clone Wars? Yes, I was once a Jedi Knight the same as your father. I wish I'd known him. He was the best star pilot in the galaxy, and a cunning warrior. I understand you've become quite a good pilot yourself. And he was a good friend. Which reminds me, I have something here for you. Your father wanted you to have this when you were old enough, but your uncle wouldn't allow it. He feared you might follow old Obi-Wan on some damned fool idealistic crusade like your father did. Sir, if you'll not be needing me, I'll close down for a while. Sure, go ahead. What is it? It's your father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster. An elegant weapon for a more civilized age. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the dark times. Before the Empire. So, Luke Skywalker, the original farmboy, you can't really point to any Star Wars character and say that this is the first action figure that was released because of the early bird set. I mean, he's the protagonist of Star Wars.
It's his first costume of the movie. He looks exactly what he looks like in the movie, whereas there's some action figures where their costume is just kind of like, sort of like what they are.
They were going more for playability instead of movie accuracy. I mean, these days, you have a different action figure for every little change that might have happened in the movie.
Yeah, there's like 50 Luke Skywalkers. There's 6 Dengars. There needs to be one.
You don't
or none.
need. Well, okay, you do need one because you have to have the whole bounty hunters. But okay, you're right. You don't need 6 Dengars. Wave after wave of these things came out, and I thought, this is never gonna stop. These were made to be fun. He has a little belt with something. I mean, what do you reckon these things are? This is like a little pouch, or
that's weird. Is
it maybe his
some kind of weapon?
Is that maybe his macro binoculars or something?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because look when I have a weapon. It's kind of weenie.
Doesn't he have a rifle? He doesn't shoot it, but he takes it with him just in case.
Oh yeah.
When he's looking at the sand people. You know, like,
I bet it was something like Uncle Owen being like, be sure to take it just in case, and Luke would be like, no.
This action figure, of course, has a weapon. It's his lightsaber that's molded in, and you press the little lever here, and
very easily broken on the tip.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate how they look with the thin tip that sticks out. And really, the reason for that, I think, was probably just because they wanted to have it so that when you fully retracted the lightsaber, instead of a full thick bit sticking out, because there's not enough room for it to go all the way up in his arm, they just made the little thin tip stick out so you could more easily pretend that, oh, that's just part of the handle or something.
I disagree with that. I think, it's cool and all, but like I don't like that he's always like holding something, you know? Like,
he barely uses the lightsaber. It's true.
It, so like
he uses it once when Obi-Wan gives it to him.
Even if you take the little lightsaber part out, there's still a little plastic part where he's like kind of going like this, you know?
Well, the other side of that is it makes it harder to lose because most of the accessories that they held in their hands, which they didn't really hold very well, they fall out and you lose them. And this one, of course, you're always going to be tempted. The kids are always going to be tempted to like take the lightsaber out, which is this is what it looks like when you take it out. And if you don't put it back in, then it's going to get lost, and he's just left holding this little empty lightsaber handle. You always found them like this, and so you would put toothpicks in there and color them with a marker, or even buy the colored toothpicks that you can get like blue and red and green and whatever color that you want, and put them in there. And then it ended up looking a lot cooler. See, let's talk about the lightsabers as they became. In the Luke Bespin action figure, you see that he has the version of the lightsaber where it's just a separate accessory.
It's like a cocktail weenie spear.
It does look like a cocktail weenie spear, which is fitting because Luke is sort of a cocktail weenie. The first lightsaber accessory that I got after childhood, when I started collecting these, was this Luke Bespin lightsaber, and I discovered that if you put the lightsaber in like so, look at this.
Oh, see, that's so much cooler.
Doesn't that look cool?
They should have just done that from the beginning.
The original Luke Skywalkers had what's known as a double telescoping lightsaber mechanism.
Doesn't want to hold the lightsaber up in his arm.
You can you extend the lightsaber this way, and then you pull it out again. So that...
See, it's longer than that one too, right?
Which is exactly the point, is that you had a long lightsaber that was... Not only was it long... But
it all went all the way back into the...
But yeah, it was fully retractable too.
That makes sense.
It does make sense, but there were problems with the mold, and they're very fragile. No, they were notoriously fragile. Now you have two pieces to lose if you take them out. The early bird Kenner commercial, with the classic Kenner music starts saying dun 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 dun. This is Star Wars figures.
Star Wars figures. R2-D2. Chewbacca, Luke, and Princess Leia. They're the Star Wars early bird set of figures. These action figures are not yet available.
The kid is playing with the Luke like this, and the skinny tip is always extended. He sort of does this kind of motion, and you think, well, is that the extent of what this was going to be like at playtime? I really have to wonder, how long did these double telescoping lightsabers last? When
you're playing with them?
Yeah, when actual kids got the early bird set in 1978, how long did it take?
Look, let me show you one thing that I noticed. I'm going to take it out of the arm. Look, see? This part fell right out.
I don't even know if you see that. I don't even know if that, maybe if I put it down. It
fell right out.
Yeah.
And also, it's so delicate. I'm even nervous just holding this one. There's different color hair. Aren't there different variants and stuff too?
There are different variants.
This is what, yellow-haired Luke?
Yeah.
Are his pants different color than that?
Yes, there are.
Look, one is tan and one is kind of beige.
Right, you can get even darker brown pants. You can get it's different colored pants. You get blonde hair. There's brown hair. There's even a rare orange hair, I think.
So did they just make a bunch one color and then do another bunch another color? Was there a rhyme or reason to it, or was it just random?
Over the course of the entire life of the line, they were made in different factories in Asia and then even Mexico. So there you have it, Luke Skywalker. For all the faults, this was one of the first figures in the line. It can be forgiven a lot.
Yeah.
It was the first attempt. I actually wanted this, even though I was a kid.
I think if I was a kid, that would be the first one I'd want too.
It was 1983.
I might want Princess Leia because I'm not a boy. I think I'm okay with the lightsaber being held. As a kid, you want Luke Skywalker to have his lightsaber.
Yes.
Even if it's not really seen too much in the movie. As a 32-year-old,
the lightsaber defined Star Wars.
Yes,
your kid's going to want it.
A kid would be upset if Luke Skywalker didn't have his lightsaber. So, I get it. I'm cool with it.
I remember I wanted this one. The Jedi Luke, I now think, is a much cooler action figure. He has the lightsaber that's removable from his hand.
Yeah.
Plus he has two other cool accessories, and the sculpt just looks much better.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I remember my mom asked me, which Luke do you want? And I pointed to this one. And she said, oh, the one with that old yellow hair? No, because she sort of vetoed that preference and got me the Jedi Luke anyway, which now I'm glad.
Jedi Luke is cooler.
Yeah, I'm glad she did. So.
Yes.
All right, well, there we go. Tune in next time. We'll feature a different action figure. If you like this, remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Hey man, give me the stiffest drink you got. Man, I've had such a day today. One of the droids we bought yesterday ran away. And then I got attacked by sand people trying to get him back. And this old dude rescued us, and he knew my dad. Oh, it's so weird. And then I went back home, and there are these skeletons out front. think it was my aunt and uncle. Someone burned my house down. Have you ever had a day like that? Oh man, I never get to do anything cool. Well, at least the old guy gave me this thing. Yeah, sure, you can check it out. I guess I'm kind of attached to it.